Jurassic World Dominion opening weekend predictions dropped to the lowest of the trilogy.
Oh, wow.
And although that is true, the number is still sufficient enough that it's like still going to make plenty good money. So it says, while projections originally estimated Jurassic World Dominion would take upwards to $165 million on opening weekend, new predictions are much lower. Jurassic World Dominion has been a long time coming thanks to the COVID pandemic. And did you know that when we watched the movie The Bubble?
Yes.
Like that's apparently like based on the behind the scenes woes of this movie.
Really?
Like
That's
it's like
funny.
loosely based
wow.
on the behind the scenes trouble getting this movie to production.
That makes sense now.
So I return back. I digress. Sorry, there we go. I digress. And with first
back.
reviews giving a high approval rating but mixed reviews. I don't know how you do that, but is anybody here a math genius? What is high approval ratings? Does it mean the people who approve of it are really high, but the reviews in general are
approval
mixed?
ratings.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is hard to tell whether the wait has been worth it. Now, opening weekend predictions have suggested the film will have the lowest box office haul when it opens this weekend, but that doesn't mean that the dinosaur-filled franchise will be anywhere near a flop. See, that's where you have to read past the headline because they make it seem like it's going to fall flat.
Sure, it's not going to be a miserable failure.
No.
It's like a running joke on this show that Hannah Claire hates sequels of all kinds, no matter what. And she's not alone in that. Like, I do think that it's just like cheap and people just go to these things to turn their brains off and they don't actually enjoy
the summer flick.
The continuation of the story. I feel like thank you. We're in such a I want to say a curse word. We're in such a low point in entertainment right now that this is all we're getting. Mm-hmm. We're getting sequels, reboots, and biopics.
I find that
it's the least creative stuff possible.
I find that the blockbuster sequels are at least usually the least woke. Meaning that they don't have. There's just not enough time, and there's too many special effects to really.
Well, I feel like
explosions.
Most films are not heavy-handed with that stuff. It's just bad.
Yes, if you can, there's two. As long as you spend more of your time, if I can just watch most of the time with stuff blowing up,
Michael
and people
Bay,
screaming.
Well, that's you, Brett. But some of us like a good story.
So do I. I do as well. I just don't trust
something of high quality.
You are asking too much in the summer.
I just don't trust this industry to do it.
Is it to
right
be
now.
expected that in the summer it would suck?
Yes.
They all suck in
blockbuster
the
season.
summer, and people go anyway, and that's why they keep doing it.
Yep.
So annoying.
So stupid, I know.
I'm just tired of the sequels, reboots, biopic.
To be
Sequel,
fair,
reboot, biopic every single time.
Sequels and reboots have been a constant thing for pretty much as long as I've been paying attention to movies, and it's part of the reason I don't go to movies.
Musicals are now they're trying to make musicals a thing again now too.
So
which is,
great.
It's so annoying. I hate musicals.
Just because La La Land did well does not mean that we need a West Side
La La
Story.
Land wasn't even good on its own.
I didn't say was good. I said did well.
It did do well.
I mean, I can't imagine why.
So it doesn't mean we need a West Side Story remake, and it certainly doesn't mean we need Cats.
No. Tim almost died when he went to see that.
Just saying.
Hilarious
He saw
story.
that?
Yeah, he did. He's like, it was so bad.
I never looked at Judi Dench the same again.
Oh, gosh.
I never want to see James
gross.
Corden as a feline.
The Jurassic Park, Jurassic World movies have always been a mixed reaction from critics. That's because critics are pretentious and dorky.
Yeah.
With the exception of 1993's Jurassic Park, which many still see as the perfect blockbuster movie. Yeah, you can't remake that now because they would never allow it to be done with animatronics. And even then, like, one of my biggest complaints about Jurassic World is the CGI, even though good, kind of, is still not nearly as immersive or as well done as it was in 1993's Jurassic Park.
I know that when we see it tomorrow, I'm going to be like in some kind of hypnotic trance where I'm just like
zoned out.
What am I even looking
One
at
of my
right now?
joys
I'm
in
not
life-
registering this as a scene.
Yes.
One of my joys in life, Mary, is torturing you and Hannah Claire and making you watch endless summer sequels.
You poor fools.
It's like alphabet soup. It's baby food.
It is
cinema.
absolutely.
Okay, so Rotten Tomatoes gave this a splat. They said like 43%, and these are just critics. So I really want to know if you guys agree with the critics or if you think there's actually
I'm going to be
factor.
I'm going to be a child and disagree with them anyways because I hate the critics.
Yeah,
but
I hate the
that's
critics
just
too.
me being a childish.
Oh,
like
they agreed on Maverick. They agreed on
They liked Maverick.
That's like I said, we had a day when we were talking about all that where I said the most interesting thing you can find now, it's like if the critics hate it and the audience loves it, depending on who you are, you're going to know where you fall in that line.
Yeah.
Or in vice versa. The most interesting movies to go to now are the ones that either the audience both also hate or also love.
It'll be hilariously bad if they both hate it.
Yeah, so it's very interesting.
It'll be good if the audience loves it. It'll be horrible if the critics love it and the audience hates it. But
if they both love it, what do you do?
I don't know. You have to go see it yourself. I don't know.
Those are the
unicorn.
Very rare.
Let's look
rare.
at Maverick. I want to see how the audience reacts to it.
Have you seen Maverick?
No, I hear great things though. We were going to go, but they were all sold out last weekend.
So it says many of the sequels have mostly landed between 50 and 70%. Jurassic World is much better than the sequel to Jurassic Park, and especially I didn't like. I know some people like the second one. I was not a huge fan of the second one, and everyone hates the third one, I believe.
Maverick is the unicorn, 99% audience score, 97% critic score.
There you
that's
go.
how you see a good movie.
So, but then you could be just contrary and be like, I don't like it because everybody likes it. Like,
I bet. Has Tim seen it? Because he doesn't like any movies.
I think he'll like it.
He liked The Northman, right?
That's true. He did. Yeah, there have been a few that he actually liked. Let me see how The Northman.
So Jurassic.
Anyway, I'll stop derailing.
Jurassic World opened to 208 million, and Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom opened at 148 million. That's to be expected as the laws of diminishing returns. It is going to go down unless you're. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
What's going on?
So the projections here are saying basically $125 million is their guess for this movie. I think that's a very good opening weekend given the state of the economy that we're in now. And the way things are. So it will be interesting to see what this is. So I want to go through some of the critic reviews here on this article from We Got This Covered. It's their tweets. It's not their reviews. So it says, so this one is from the Illuminerdi. I wonder how long it took him to come up with that. That's clever.
Great. I love
Jurassic World Dominion is massive amounts of fun that unifies Jurassic Park and Jurassic World into an epic legacy that has come full circle. I know Chris Pratt said that this is the Avengers Endgame of dinosaur movies, which made me laugh.
No one wants the Avengers Endgame of literally anything.
Marvel stans do, but not the rest of us normal people. This will likely be the favorite of the.
This is the Kenobi of blah blah blah. It's like, just can you shut
good.
up?
No,
don't even.
So out of touch.
Don't even joke
You're
about
triggering
something like
Brett.
that. This will likely be the favorite of the World trilogy, and not just the original cast, and not just for the original cast.
Okay, maybe.
That's going pretty far. It says now. Here's the next one. This guy says, "Truly, Jurassic World Dominion is bad. So bad. It's too long. It's wildly repetitive, and the dinosaurs are window dressing for multiple uninteresting and unrelated stories. The actors do their best, but it's all just overindulgent and pointless. One of, if not the worst in the franchise."
We got to talk about the GIF. My review of Jurassic World Dominion GIF of the guy walking up to the gigantic pile of dinosaur poop and saying that is one pile of poop. Yikes.
So here's one from Kristen Acuna. It says, Jurassic World Dominion is at its best when the old and new cast are together. Fans of the franchise should enjoy this. Plenty of nods to the OG. I'd recommend giving that a close rewatch.
Maybe
right,
something
it's
there.
so intellectually stimulating.
Yeah, whatever.
No, my favorite is like, have you ever looked up like when gender studies people like write papers about like scenes from movies and they try to like do it like they try to like they try to there was one where I read where like they deconstruct the lightsaber battles in Star Wars as like a sign for phallic insertion.
Somehow I knew you were gonna say that.
Wow.
And I'm reading it, and I'm just like, and you just know the professor's like, I don't have to actually read this. I'm just gonna give it an A because what the F?
Yeah.
Like, what does that even mean?
I see these buzzwords, and away we go.
Yes. So I have a little bit of hope because when the movies are brain numbing blockbusters, when you have to do this every day and you have to talk about Ezra Miller being an awful person, sometimes I just want to watch a dinosaur eat somebody.
That's
okay?
Fair.
That's fine.
That's what summer movies are.
From Scott Menzel makes me chuckle. The Jurassic World franchise felt like it was leading up to an epic conclusion where dinosaurs and humans would finally coexist. Unfortunately, that is not the focus of this film. Instead, the film does the same thing that we've seen before, only with bad plotting playing, writing, and acting.
That is a fair analysis.
Is that really what it was all leading up to?
I don't know, maybe he thought it was.
He says that like there would be a version of good plotting that involved humans and dinosaurs coexisting.
Maybe.
You are not Planet of the Apes, my friends.
Know.
You are not Planet of the Apes, nor do you need to be, frankly.
Was that ever the premise?
Maybe we should get some original movies. Just
Whoa,
a thought.
that's a crazy idea.
It is summer. Okay, that's fair. I know.
Jurassic Playground. It'll be baby dinosaurs.
I'm just tired of like, here's the next reboot of this, or the next sequel of this,
or the musical
version,
or
the musical of this, or here's a biopic about somebody who is like 50 years old
or dead and horrible. It turns out.
We're going to talk about Madonna's biopic in Podluck, which it's my favorite thing to read about today. It's just
I love
you talk
her.
about overindulgence. So okay, there's a couple super chats in there.
Yes. Caper2X said, "Can you wear mouse ears on Jurassic Park?"
Interesting.
So
I'm very confused by this message.
I don't care. Do it. Wear them to the theater and wear them in front of other people.
Yes.
This is my strategy.
Just pretend to be a Disney adult. Newt said, "Y'all don't like musicals? I don't feel so alone anymore. They suck. Breaking out into song and dance in the middle of a story really ruins everything."
So dumb.
I agree. It's like every time I'm watching a musical, I'm like, when is this sequence going to be over so that we can actually see dialogue?
I can appreciate the work that goes into making, like, especially like if we're talking like actual stage musicals, there's a lot of craftsmanship, work, and artistry that goes into that. It's just it
is also something that is meant to be viewed in person, if at all.
Yeah. Right. Go see the play. It's fun.
Yep.
I mean, the only musical I like is High School Musical, and that's because it's part of my childhood.
There you
but
go.
other than that,
I hear Oklahoma's good. I don't know.
I think
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
I think my parents dragged me to the Nutcracker once over Christmas.
That's classic.
When I was young.
That is a
classic.
classic.
I think that's probably the only example.
It's a ballet.
But I enjoyed the theater. Like I used to enjoy the theater, kind of. Like I would.
It's an event.
We have a couple of fairly well known theaters in Minnesota, like small, you know what I'm talking about, like actual stage theaters,
right?
That would do like Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
That's great.
And like
that's
the Nutcracker is a ballet, and for me that's like a different story,
totally different,
more interesting, in my opinion.
It's just a different artistry. We were going to cover something here where they're like filming them now, like they're doing these weird like camera setups at musicals, but we ended up not covering. I was going to fold it into like when that one lady like yelled at the customer or at the guest for the viewer for not wearing their mask, and she's just like and just super annoying and just like I can't even with this.
Literally can't.
So my predictions for Jurassic World is all it has to do is be better than Fallen Kingdom. I didn't really like Fallen Kingdom that much, and like I said, it's just never going to be as good as the original because it just doesn't have the animatronics nor the atmosphere that Spielberg was able to create. There's a great segment in the Honest trailer for Jurassic World where they try to list the director's name, like Colin Trevorrow, not Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, not Steven Spielberg.
Trevorrow's good too.
Yeah.
Trevorrow basically got kicked out of Disney for being too awesome. Like he was supposed to do he was either supposed to do what was the one in between Solo. I think he was originally supposed to do Solo or Rogue one of those movies, and basically was like Kathleen Kennedy was like, you can't be here because you might actually make a good movie, and we don't want good movies here. We want bad movies here.
A repeated theme with you, Brett, is that you expect very little and still are disappointed.
So it goes. Welcome to life.
Welcome to this is like it's because you have these golden years of entertainment where you're like, wow, movies were so awesome back then. Were they? I don't know, but I know that they didn't.
They were better.
They were better.
That they didn't.
They
like I said, I love. We were talking earlier. Sarah was talking about Colin Farrell, and I was like, I like the Miami Vice movie. Nobody likes the Miami Vice movie but me.
Right.
Literally just me. Like it's like me and like maybe 5 other people on the planet love the Miami Vice movie.
You should enjoy what you enjoy. It doesn't matter if other people like it.
But the thing is, I don't like it because it's a good movie. I like it because I know that it was like one of the very first movies ever shot on digital and was made during hurricane season in Miami.
Great. I love it.
So like there's like scenes that literally could never be recreated because there aren't wind machines crazy enough to actually film. Like there's scenes
real hurricanes.
Yeah, like so there's scenes where there's like you see palm trees that are like shaking in a way that they just wouldn't be able to do it. Does that make it a good movie? No,
definitely not.
But you like that stuff.
Yeah, the movies I like are in spite of the story usually.
You're valid, Brett.
Just not For
Even though we
regular
rag
reasons.
on you.
No.
Yes. Well, that's.
We're not
I mean,
gonna stop ragging on you,
I
but-
never stop you guys from being wrong when you
Okay,
rag.
yeah,
That's,
okay,
that's,
all right, Brad.
that's fine.
Okay.
If you say so.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.